8:06 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Good morning to you. Hope you are doing well, and welcome on in to your Thursday, July 17th of 2025. I was talking earlier, by the way, Dan Mandis here along with Joan Jones, KGB as well. And I was talking earlier about this Dignity Act, and this was way previous in the radio broadcast. But I thought it was interesting because the more that you look into the Dignity Act, there is some really ridiculous things in it. Now, this is a sort of an ongoing story, and some of the aspects of this Dignity Act are now really getting a lot more scrutiny. For example, and I'm just going to go through some of this, because Donald Trump has been saying, and he said this the other day, and it is a very, very true story, that he has had a lot of success so far in solving the illegal alien crisis.
We're going to fully fund the final sections of border wall, impose a new remittance tax on money sent back to foreign countries, and dramatically increase deportations to a bare minimum of 1 million illegal aliens per year. And what we're doing is we're really going after the criminal aliens, of which we have plenty to work with.
We do. We have plenty to work with. And so now there is this act called the Dignity Act. And a lot of people are calling this amnesty. And when I spoke about this, people started looking into it, and they've looked up the piece of legislation. And there's one particular point that is extremely bizarre that we're going to get into. But the bill does, and I mentioned this earlier, this Dignity Act, again, could be construed as amnesty, but it does have bipartisan support. This is a Republican out of Virginia, Elvira Salazar.
If you are undocumented and you have been in the country for more than 5 years, you do not have a criminal record. You're working and paying taxes. You can come out of the shadows with no fear and apply for the dignity status. That means they will pay a fine of $7,000 over 7 years, buy their own health insurance with no access to any federal programs, and contribute 1% of their salary to the United States Treasury. That is $50 billion plus. Just do the math. In return, they will never be deported. They will be able to go home for Christmas or to go bury their mother and come back to the United States to continue working and paying taxes. It gives them a dignified life in the promised land. Period.
So dignified in the promised land. All right. So as I mentioned before, buy their own health insurance, pay $7,000 fine, contribute 1% of their salary to the Treasury. But I don't know how we enforce any of this. And you know what's interesting too, by the way, is you realized that, okay, so if they're going to be forced to buy their own health insurance, are these, because remember, this is bipartisan, are these the same Democrats that have been screaming that Donald Trump is kicking illegal aliens off of, or Americans off of their Medicare, right? Or the Medicaid? So that's part of the question that I would have is, okay, well then you just said, and you've been accusing Donald Trump of kicking people off of Medicaid. Well, it sounds like you're trying to do the same thing by forcing illegal aliens to have to buy their own health insurance. But here's the deal. Like, I don't even buy any of this crap. How are you going to enforce a $7,000 fine? How are you going to enforce contributing 1% of their salary to the Treasury? You can't enforce any of that. So it's going to be a big bait and switch, right? So you allow all of these people to come in here, give them whatever it is that you're going to give them to allow them to stay in this country till further notice. But all of this other stuff, you know, it sounds good, but I just don't see how this would be enforced. And I guarantee you, if the Democrats end up in charge of the House of Representatives and the Senate, you get a Democrat into the White House, well, then guess what's going to happen? All of that will just mysteriously go away anyway. You know, I want you to think about what we all went through with Joe Biden's economy, right? You had inflation over 9%. Do you really think if Congress was controlled by the Democrats and the White House is controlled by the Democrats as well, they wouldn't rush a bill through to grant some sort of a pause on whatever payments are actually being made? So again, it sounds good in theory, but the reality is no. I think it's a bait and switch. And they're talking about what is in this bill. And so this is a post by Will Chamberlain, where she said she's made a huge point of saying that gang members will not be admissible in, getting this bill if it passes. The gang members, they're not eligible for this deal. But here's the thing, is that apparently there is a provision that if you voluntarily participate in offenses committed by a criminal street gang, you will be ineligible for either the Dreamer path for citizenship or the adult path to permanent residency. He says in the very next provision, the legislation actually bars the Department of Homeland Security from using state and federal databases to prove that someone is a gang member. Well, how exactly then does that work? So in other words, gang members are not allowed to be able to take advantage of this deal. But we're going to take out any possible way of defining you as a gang member, regardless of what exactly it is that you've done. Why would they do that? Why would they say that states are not allowed to utilize the Department of Homeland Security, the database, and all of that to define a gang member? I mean, that is insane. But you see, that's what I mean when I say that the devil is always in the details and there's always a bait and switch. I mean, this is what the Democrats do. No. Because this is bipartisan. So there's a bunch of Republicans who are doing this as well. And so to me, I think this whole thing is just BS. But what they're doing, part of what they're doing is they're rehashing this bill from 2023. It would grant legal status and protections to undocumented immigrants already living in the U.S. And the question is, what does legal status actually mean? Does that mean that they're simply making sure that visas are up to speed, or does it mean giving them full citizenship, including voting rights? Reforming the asylum screening process to provide an opportunity for review and access to counsel. Okay, Republicans who would vote for this, who's going to pay for that counsel? Obviously, it's going to cost a lot of money. Creating new regional processing centers so migrants do not have to make that perilous journey to the U.S. Mexico border to seek asylum. Now, that I actually like. So if you're living in, and Trump tried to get this done, if you're living in Honduras or El Salvador, whatever, then we'll have centers there where you can fill out all the paperwork. You don't have to come here, where, as we know, under Joe Biden and Barack Obama and other presidents, you can come in, fill out some paperwork, show up in a couple of years, and you dissolve into the system, right? That's ultimately what happens. Investing in border security and modernizing land ports of entry. Okay, is this a wall? Is it remain in Mexico? What is it? Mandating accountability for ICE, which ticked me off immediately when I saw that because when it says we're going to mandate accountability for ICE, really? Because it seems to me like ICE is under fire. And so to mandate accountability for ICE, that means you're going to, number one, put restraints on them. Number two, you are going to further encourage open season on ICE by unmasking them, not allowing them to wear masks. They also talk about providing a pathway to citizenship for dreamers and so on and so forth. They do, again, call this bill the Dignity Act. But, I guess part of my question is, okay, so for the Democrats, I would ask them, what exactly is dignity to you? You already hijacked the rainbow. You already hijacked the term diversity. You've already hijacked the term equity. Now you're going to hijack the word dignity. Because everything, I don't know if you've noticed, friends, but everything with the Democrats now is known as dignity. You've got to give them dignity. Really? So we're going to talk about the Democrats and the dignity of illegal aliens. And that is all coming up straight ahead, 8:16. Time to check the roads on WTN. At 8:16, as far as your weather goes, hot today again, high of 95, scattered thunderstorms as well. Appreciate you listening to Nashville's Morning News. By the way, real quick, we did change the Daily Dan poll. The Daily Dan poll now, KGB, you're going to have to help me out. How did we frame it on YouTube?
Have you changed your stance on mass deportations?
Have you changed your stance on mass deportations? I also, by the way, if you follow me on X, I have gone ahead and made that the Daily Dan poll.
Would you like some slippery elm?
God, am I going to have to do news and do this show? Both of you are dying over here.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but I've been having a bit of a struggle. I've been on the struggle bus. So how
Joan,
are people,
do you know anything about that?
How are people responding, KGB, on the YouTube show? The YouTube.
Would you like to guess the percentages?
No. Well, I would say 100% of the people that listen to this show and this radio station have not changed their view on.
Okay, Joan, would you like a guess?
I'll go 10% have changed their minds.
96% say no to 4% yes have changed their stance.
There you go. There you go.
Basically in the middle of what you two are guessing.
All right. Very good. And it doesn't look like anybody on I'm trying to find it. I can't find my post on X for whatever reason. Oh, here we go. Are you changing your mind on mass deportation? 98% said no. 2% said yes. So if you follow me on X at Dan Mendes Show, then you can take the poll there as well. This is one of my absolute favorite pieces of audio for today.
Well, I'm a legal immigrant. I came here right away. It took me 6.5 years to become citizen. My brother waited in China for 13 years come here. It is a slap in the face to all the legal immigrants who are still waiting in line all over the world with American sponsors. Some of them have been waiting for over 10 years. What kind of message do we want to send to the world? If you follow the law, we're going to punish you. And if you come here illegally, we'll give you quick pass to citizenship. I support deport all the illegal aliens who committed crime immediately.
Go get them.
Yeah.
That is Lily Tang Williams. She is running for Congress in New Hampshire. She's Chinese. And she spent a lot of time coming in here the right way. So let's ask the question. Because, the Democrats with the Dignity Act. Have you noticed that, Joan, by the way? Where everything the Democrats are now doing, they attach the word dignity to it.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden. And it's like they all get a memo.
They do.
Hey, everybody, let's start hijacking the word dignity. So they say dignity, which is allowing these illegal aliens to have all kinds of benefits coming into America. So basically it is, Medicaid, free insurance, all of the things that illegal aliens get. And this woman, Lily Tang Williams, she's really angry. And what is dignified about coming to America, breaking our laws, and then taking a bunch of benefits, living off of the backs of hardworking Americans? And so we all know the big issue here in America today. We are trillions of dollars in debt. And we've been paying people to come here, breaking our laws, and then giving them massive amounts of benefits, money, and so forth. And so what Donald Trump is trying to do is he's obviously trying to stop that.
The Trump administration is doing away with many taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal immigrants. Among some of those benefits ending, free tuition, food assistance programs, Head Start, access to federal workforce development grants. The White House says the move will preserve roughly $40 billion in benefits for American citizens.
I love that. It was Uncle Phil, and I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. It was Uncle Phil who said we need to demagnetize America. We need to demagnetize our country. So HHS is reclassifying these programs to exclude illegal aliens from getting all of these benefits and protecting American interests. So you have, two competing ideas in Washington, D.C. You have what I think is a great idea, which is demagnetizing America, taking away all of those benefits. And you know what? Maybe helping out the American people. Imagine that. And then you have, a certain contingent of Republicans and Democrats who want to pass this Dignity Act, which it does seem to me is going to incentivize more illegal immigration, because honestly, that's what the Democrats and some Republicans want to do. By the way, real quickly, I did mention this earlier. I want to make sure that you know that I know of what Tom Homan said regarding the companies that are hiring illegal aliens.
No one hires an illegal alien, I truly believe, out of the goodness of their heart. They hire them because they work them harder, pay them less, and undercut their competition. So this is about American business. This is about making sure U.S. citizens stay employed. This is about keeping wages at a certain level and not decreasing wages. It's the right thing to do.
Yep.
And there is a way to bring people in legally. Congress needs to address that.
And I mentioned this earlier, that you talk to, your average American bricklayers and, I don't know, plumbers or whatever it is, and they will tell you. They will tell you that illegal aliens coming into our country, if you were, making $30 an hour at your trade, all of a sudden here comes all of these illegal aliens who can do the same thing that you do, and they'll do it for half, because they'll do it, they're working under the table and all these other things. And so that forces you to either learn another trade, or you, if you want to work and you have to compete against these illegal aliens coming in, you've got to lower your price. And that's not good for anybody. It is 8:23 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. 615-737-9986. Getting a lot of feedback. Always appreciate that. It is time for Joan Jones in the news coming up at 8:30. Joan, what's the tease?
There's a lot of signatures. 900 former Justice Department employees try to stop President Trump's pick for a federal judge. Also, this is a family affair, apparently. Another member of the Comey family is out of a job. We've got that and more coming up here at 8:30 on Super Talk 99.7.
Now, Joan,
WTN.
Joan, I've got to ask that, do you have some great Nat sound for James Comey's daughter getting her butt canned from Donald Trump? Do you have the Nat sound?
No, but I can make some up if you'd like.
No, we got to pull the Donald Trump. You're fired.
Oh, I love it.
We got to pull that.
Okay, I will try to find it real quick. Yeah, I love it.
No pressure, Joan.
Yeah, okay.
All right, time for the promo. 8:23. 8:39, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Talking to some of the folks here on the Super Text line, we were mentioning the politicization of Epstein and how the Democrats are trying to force a vote with the Republicans on the release of the Epstein files or content, whatever it is that you want to say.
Are you still talking about that?
And so it really was procedural in nature, I guess. And so they attached it to some other piece of legislation. And so it's
the boss said, "Move on, Mandis."
It's hijinks and shenanigans from the folks on the left.
Move on. You sound like a Democrat.
Somebody actually said my leftist is showing.
Oh.
Dan, your blue is showing.
Yeah, you are from California, aren't you?
I have a feeling Chris got a lot of these yesterday.
What are you doing?
What is that?
What is that voice?
That's disgust.
That's disgust. So anyway, yeah, we always get feedback. I think we've all talked about how we get feedback from the listeners.
I love the listeners. I'm obviously just giving them
that's your
giving
true
them a bit
feelings.
of grief.
Your true feelings there, Chris.
No, I think we all love we love the fact that they listen. It's all cool.
I love the engagement more when we disagree, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do too. As long as people are respectful. And I mean, I feel like at least most of the conversations that I've had with folks online have been respectful. Most of them.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think, this audience is great.
I love
it.
I love these folks. All right, let's do.
Did you watch the ESPYs last night?
No, I did not.
Me either, because it's on ESPN. Obviously, too woke for me. But I did catch the highlights, and for some reason they had Shane Gillis hosting,
right?
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
I love Shane Gillis.
He did not hold back.
I was talking about Tires with Dan during the break, and Dan hasn't seen Tires on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it.
Nope. But
it's
explain
hilarious.
Explain who Shane Gillis is and explain Tires real quick.
So Shane Gillis, stand-up comedian, does a great Trump impression. Abu. Why are you crying, Abu? You remember that?
I do.
That's Shane Gillis. He died like a dog. Shane Gillis is just hilarious. And he was removed from SNL because of his off-color jokes, but that's like his bread and butter. So then he just went off and did his own thing. He financed the show Tires, which became a Netflix smash, and now he's doing stand-up, and he's become undeniable in the world of stand-up comedy. So obviously ESPN wants him in. So when he gets to ESPN, he just does what he always does, and that's make fun of everybody ruthlessly. And he started with Caitlin Clark and the WNBA.
When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women.
He's
so good.
He's an absolute savage. Now, it's important to point out, Caitlin Clark is a fan of his, and they're friends. They've met at shows and hung out before. He's not just throwing live rounds and strays at people.
Right.
I'm sure she knew it was coming. But then
and it's important to say too. They cut to the audience, and black folks are laughing.
Yeah.
So
they're laughing. It was hilarious. And then he had another WNBA joke, which I think, and me personally, I think this one was even better.
It was.
But I haven't found a high quality version, so bear with me on the audio. This is the second one.
WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players.
wow.
Called her a 4-time WNBA champion or All-Star or something.
Yeah, 4-time All-Star. Brittany Hicks is here.
Yeah.
Everybody claps. It cuts to her, and he goes, "I'm just kidding. That's my friend's wife." Nobody knows who WNBA players are.
That's funny.
That's
The
good.
Deshaun Watson joke is probably my favorite.
Really? So I missed the Deshaun Watson one. You should pull that real quick. But this one was my favorite. This is the Epstein joke that didn't delete itself.
All right, and this is it.
Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died. All right. You don't have to do that.
That's good.
It was fine. I didn't write it. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that.
So good.
Donald Trump.
All right,
So I had the Deshaun Watson joke.
You got the Deshaun Watson
I
one?
got to make sure. So there's no curse words in this?
No,
it
there's
was
no curse.
It was on ESPN.
Yeah,
Everything
it's
was
fine.
clean.
Yeah, but do you know Deshaun Watson, Dan?
Give us some backstory.
Sure.
So he has been in trouble. He's a quarterback in the NFL, he was popular at one point, but he had about 20-plus sexual assault allegations by massage therapists, touching and making inappropriate remarks, and allegedly all, of course.
Sure.
But here's a joke about that.
No, skip that joke. Please skip that joke. All right, bring it back. I'll tell that joke. I didn't write this. Put your hands where my eyes can see is what they say when Deshaun Watson gets a massage.
All right.
So good.
Savage.
Oh, it's so good.
I love the equal opportunity, though. Anybody can get it.
You know what? If you are equal, and I don't know, it sounds like he's sort of, is he apolitical? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it. Everything's funny or nothing is funny.
Yeah. And I see, I like
time.
that.
Yep.
He's got humor.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I'm a big fan.
So I may go then and try to watch the whole thing.
I think I
later on
might have
today.
to as well.
It's pretty good.
Hey, did you, real quick, did you hear what happened on the Murphy Show?
Yes, I did. I didn't hear it live, but I did get a text from Matt Murphy, who was very proud of himself.
Is he very proud of it?
I think out of all the gaffes that have ever been gaffed, I think that this is the first one I've seen somebody really wear it as a badge of honor.
This is the gaffiest gaff I've ever heard on Murphy Show. So listen very closely.
And he was released when it was determined by Glenn Funk's district attorney's office. Did you dump me on that? Yeah, it's probably best.
Yeah, that was.
It was a mistake.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
What was it, Matt? Was it a mistake?
Oh, that was good.
I was trying to say, Glenn Funk's district attorney's office, and I did not say Glenn Funk.
No, he didn't.
Nope. He really funked that one up.
Well, YouTube is censor free.
Yeah,
if you want to look back on it.
Yeah, there's no dump button on the YouTube
There
channel.
is no dump button.
Which is the best.
Yeah.
And for your podcast coming up today, too, remember that. There is no dump button on YouTube.
Yeah, we got some good stuff on the podcast today.
I'm told that we're allowed to curse on those.
Yeah, but if you want to tickle the algorithm right, and that's what we're in the business of doing now, you have to wait a couple minutes before you start swearing.
I believe it's 2 minutes.
Can I just be honest? I don't tickle anything, right? So I'll leave that tickling to you.
That's what she said.
Man, come on, man. I'm overflowing with clips here. I can't add more.
We're going to need another soundboard.
We're going to need a completely new page for
All
Danurisms.
Did you hear what, Chris, do you know who the Steve Miller Band is?
I've heard of them, yes.
They're a rock band from the 70s. Really, their heyday
Don't act like you're too young for that.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I couldn't name one of their songs.
Okay.
But I've heard of the band.
Steve Miller Band.
Famously,
Take
Steve
the money
Miller.
and run.
Steve Miller.
Jet Airline. Steve Miller.
Yeah. People love Steve.
Steven. You're talking about Steven Miller from the Trump administration, not Steve Miller.
Well, I thought it's his band, right?
No, it's another guy.
Do they sing about immigration?
They actually wrote
Climate
a song.
change, yes.
They wrote a song about Joe Biden. It's called The Joker. Anyway, whatever.
Wait, I should have had a rim shot for that one. That was good.
But he's decided now that he's going to cancel his tour.
Okay.
Because of climate change. This is what he said.
No, he didn't. He didn't really do that, did he?
This is what he said. This is what he said.
Is this a cop-out because of low ticket sales?
Yes. Dear Steve Miller Band fans, of which many are dying apparently and can't afford tickets. You make music with your instincts. You live life by your instincts. Always trust your instincts, Steve Miller says. The Steve Miller Band has canceled all of our upcoming tour dates. The combination of extreme heat, unpredictable flooding, tornadoes, hurricanes, and massive forest fires make these risks for you, our audience, the band, and the crew unacceptable.
That's so true. I can't tell you how many times I'm at a concert and I'm looking over my shoulder waiting for that tornado or wildfire.
That's exactly right. You never know when somebody's just
in
gonna,
a stadium.
Going to like combust into flames.
In a domed facility.
So he says you can blame it on the weather. The tour is canceled. Don't know when or where. We hope to see you all again.
Ah,
do you think he just gets too many hot flashes and just like, how do I get out of this?
They couldn't sell tickets.
That's what it was.
And that's what it. Well, yeah, because here's the thing. They just got, somebody mentioned on the super text line. They just got done with a massive tour opening for Journey and Def Leppard.
Really?
Yeah, and so they didn't seem to have a problem with putting all of those fans of Journey and Def Leppard in some sort of harm's way because of Mother Nature. It was only when they went out on their own and couldn't sell tickets. And they are getting, what is it you say, ratioed?
Ratioed.
They're getting ratioed on the comments. So people are making fun of them.
They don't care about Def Leppard fans is what this really boils down to.
Or Journey fans.
Yeah. Not at all.
Clearly, they don't care about them at all.
They don't care about Steve Miller Band fans either.
Well, I think the problem is there isn't any. I think that's
they've phased out.
Should that be a poll? Do you like the Steve Miller Band?
No. That'll be. Well, they're very leftist. That's part of the thing. Like they are San Francisco 1970s.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
I like my Stephen Miller's short and fiery.
And bald.
Yeah.
There's the bald.
Yeah.
Short, bald, and fiery.
We got to add in the bald.
We got to add in the. Well, I've heard mostly from myself that bald is beautiful, and I keep telling myself that.
I think it looks good on you, Dan.
Hey, do you know who Betty Davis is?
Yeah.
So, do you know who Kim Carnes is?
No.
Okay, of course you don't. So,
what is that supposed to mean?
What's that shot for?
This is what I know.
What did I do?
You know what? You're a young whippersnapper, and I hate your youth.
I don't know everybody that's ever existed. I'm so sorry.
So I believe that if Joan was going to sing today, she would sound. She got Betty Davis eyes. And for the life of me, I can't get Joan to throw down the line.
She needs to save her voice for the news, Dan.
Oh, you should do
Come
it,
on,
Joan.
I can't.
Her
You
voice,
should do it.
Leave her alone.
You know what?
Joan,
Joan.
Joan.
You know what? We actually remember
This is
when we
bullying.
got Joan to do a cheer.
Yes.
This is what we've got to do. Is we've got to come up with a way for if Joan does this.
She got Betty Davis eyes.
Now what do we?
Oh, look at that. I just got a note from the boss that says I shouldn't do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This
already
is
mad at us.
harassment.
This place has gone downhill since Mandis was in charge.
Boy, I'll tell you what, people could get away with anything when I was behind that.
Make
desk.
WTN great
Mandis
again.
used to never send notes while we were on the air.
All right, moving right along. Okay, so I don't know about you. One of the things that I did, because we're featuring memes on
Yes.
the podcast today.
Memology 101.
Memology 101. So I said if people want to send in a meme and we feature it, I will go ahead and I will, because we have no budget for prizes, but I'll go ahead and sign. I'm going to sign a little throat coat tea bag, and give it to the person whose meme we use.
Okay.
Do you want them to frame it too? Or do you want them to actually use it?
I don't know. I'm just not sure teabagging the audience is in our budget.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
8:53.
Is that coming out of your own pocket?
8:53 on Nashville's.
That's how we're ending this?
That's how we're ending it.
Oh, boy.
On a high note.
That is how we're ending it.
The boss just said he wished I sang instead.
We all do, Joan. We all do.
All right, Joan, what's coming up?
Yeah, the Senate votes to claw back some funding from PBS, and a California couple busted with 21 children in their home, and not one of them were their own kids. We've got those stories coming up here at 9 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.